Start here. If why your life feels like it's on pause hits something in you, this is not about blame. It is about finally seeing the pattern. The quiet truth. Most people do not notice the gap between movement and direction all at once. They notice a small loss of aliveness first. It feels personal. You may think the problem is your discipline, your timing, or your personality. Usually, it is a pattern. The deeper signal. The uncomfortable feeling is often saying, you have motion, but not a life that feels chosen. That message deserves attention, not shame. Why this keeps repeating. A stuck life is rarely empty. It is often overloaded with old defaults that keep running. The false solution. The mind reaches for waiting for a perfect new chapter. It feels comforting because it delays risk. Delay has a cost. Every postponed choice quietly teaches the brain that waiting is safer than moving. The first reframe. You do not need a dramatic transformation. You need one clean point of contact with reality. What your brain protects. Your brain does not only chase happiness. It also protects familiarity, even when familiarity hurts. Familiar feels true. When something is familiar long enough, the nervous system can mistake it for identity. The hidden contract. Somewhere along the way, you may have agreed to stay acceptable instead of becoming honest. A smaller life can feel safe. Safety is powerful. It can make a draining routine feel less frightening than a better unknown. Name the trade. The question is not whether the old pattern gives comfort. It does. The question is what it costs. The attention leak. A life changes slowly when attention keeps leaking into everything except the real issue. Open loops. Unmade decisions, vague promises, and private doubts keep pulling energy from the present. Why motivation fades. Motivation is hard to keep when the mind cannot see a believable next move. The real shift. The real shift is building proof through small honest commitments. It looks smaller than fantasy but works better. Proof beats pressure. Pressure says you should be different already. Proof says you can take one honest step now. The audit begins. Before changing your life, audit what is actually happening. Reality is kinder than vague panic. Audit question 1. Where am I performing okay while privately feeling absent? Audit question 2. What am I maintaining mostly because stopping would disappoint someone? Audit question 3. Which part of my week gives energy back instead of only taking it? Audit question 4. What do I keep calling normal because I have not imagined an alternative? Audit question 5. What part of my life am I maintaining only because it is familiar? Look at the calendar. Your calendar is a receipt. It shows what life is actually rewarding, not what you say matters. Look at your body. The body often reports the truth before the mind has language for it. Look at your excuses. An excuse is sometimes a lie. Sometimes it is a boundary trying to be heard. Look at your envy. Envy can reveal desire. Not because you want their life, but because something in yours is unfed. Look at your irritation. Irritation often points to a place where you keep betraying your own limits. Look at your silence. What you avoid saying out loud is often where the next chapter begins. The pattern map. Now connect the clues. What situation, feeling, and behavior keep appearing together? Trigger. A trigger is the moment your old life asks you to repeat yourself. Story. The story is the sentence your mind uses to make the old choice sound reasonable. Behavior. The behavior is what you do to escape discomfort quickly. Payoff. The payoff is the immediate relief that keeps the pattern alive. Cost. The cost is what the pattern takes from your future self. A useful sentence. Try this: I am not stuck because nothing is possible. I am stuck because something feels risky. Risk is information. Risk does not always mean danger. Sometimes it means identity is being updated. Do not skip grief. Changing your life often includes grieving the version that survived by staying smaller. Do not rush clarity. Clarity grows when you interact with reality. It rarely arrives while you sit outside the arena. The smallest doorway. Start with write what no longer fits, without trying to fix it yet. Make it visible enough that your brain can begin. Make it physical. A physical action calms abstraction. Open the note. Move the object. Send the message. Walk outside. Make it smaller. If the step still feels dramatic, cut it in half until resistance loses its grip. Make it scheduled. A choice without a time is often just a wish wearing serious clothes. Make it private first. Not every change needs an announcement. Some changes need protection while they are young. Make it measurable. Do not measure your whole identity. Measure one behavior you can repeat. The 7-day reset. For 7 days, choose one pattern and interrupt it gently, consistently, and without performance. Day 1. Observe the pattern without trying to fix it. Seeing clearly is already movement. Day 2. Remove one source of unnecessary noise around the pattern. Day 3. Choose one replacement action before the old trigger appears. Day 4. Tell the truth in one place where you usually edit yourself. Day 5. Protect 1 hour for the life you claim to want. Day 6. Let one person be slightly disappointed instead of abandoning yourself. Day 7. Review the evidence. You are looking for a signal, not a perfect score. The identity layer. Real change lasts when it becomes how you relate to yourself, not just what you force yourself to do. Keep promises tiny. Self-trust returns through kept promises that are too small to dramatize. Expect resistance. Resistance does not mean you chose wrong. It often means the old pattern noticed a threat. Expect awkwardness. A new life feels awkward before it feels natural. Awkward is not failure. Expect loneliness. Growth can create a gap before it creates a better circle. Protect the gap. The gap is where you stop outsourcing your choices and start hearing your own signal. Stop asking everyone. Too many opinions can turn one honest desire into a committee meeting. Choose fewer inputs. A quieter mind makes braver choices because it can finally hear its own reasons. Build a floor. A good life needs a floor before it needs a peak: sleep, movement, food, focus, and honest connection. Build one ritual. A ritual is a small repeatable vote for the person you are becoming. Build one boundary. A boundary is not a wall. It is a door with a handle you control. Build one proof point. Proof point by proof point, the future stops being an idea and becomes a relationship. The mistake to avoid. Do not turn this into another way to attack yourself. Shame creates motion, then collapse. The better standard. The standard is not perfection. The standard is returning honestly when you drift. A hard truth. No one can give you a life that feels like yours while you keep abandoning your own evidence. A gentler truth. You do not have to become a new person overnight. You have to stop disappearing from yourself. What changes first? Usually, life does not change first. Your relationship to the next small choice changes first. What changes next? Then your days begin to contain more signals from your real values. What changes later? Eventually the outside starts catching up with the inside you stopped ignoring. Remember this. A paused screen with the play button just out of reach is not the end of the story. It is the place where attention returns. The final question. What is the smallest honest action that would make tomorrow feel less copied from yesterday? Start there. Do that one thing. Not to fix your whole life, but to prove the old pattern is not in charge.